is April 8 and I am in South Carolina. Yes, I recruited my mother to come with me this time, and we have traveled 2,700 miles to get here. It's my dream to hike the Palmetto Trail. It's a 500-mile trail across South Carolina, and this is the very first day. This is the very western terminus of the trail, and it starts out at Stumphouse Mountain. And before I started hiking, I went to the tunnel that these guys built. So I'll take you there first before we get going too much more on the trail. Wow, it is cold. Wow. So Irish immigrants made this tunnel by hand, chiseling it out by hand, pre-Civil War era. Oh man, and it is cool in here, as in cold. Wow, where does the water come from? That is amazing. This is the most visited historical site in South Carolina. Well, I made it to the end of where you can go. It took my mom and I 1 week to get here. We didn't push it, but we also put in some long days, but we enjoyed it very much. We went through Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, and South Carolina now. That was quite an epic trip. My mom is such a trooper, and she's going to be my trail angel, and I am so blessed. There's my first blaze. So I am on the Palmetto Trail. It's real. This is really happening. I've been dreaming about it for so long. And our timing in coming here was definitely God ordained. There was a huge severe storm ahead of us and a huge severe storm following us in the Midwest. But we had perfect weather the whole way. Not a raindrop was to be had, and it wasn't even windy. Like, that's incredible. Oh, I know that God wants me to do this trail. He has opened up so many doors for me. I am just so happy. I've never been back east in the springtime, and so I wanted to experience it. Because I debated coming in the fall. I mean, this would be glorious in the autumn. But yeah, I wanted to see the spring beauty. So that's why I'm here now. And even though you won't be watching this until end of May, it is April the 8th, like I said, and this is the big eclipse day. So come around 2 o'clock, it'll be interesting. We could have stayed in the pathway of totality. We had a really nice spot at a church. They said we could stay there, but I didn't want to waste 2 days, and in case the weather was bad or something, so we came on. But I guess it's supposed to be 85% here anyway, so that's not bad. And I saw an eclipse when I was in Nevada last October, so who needs to see 2 eclipses so close to each other? But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. A nice stream to walk by. Thankfully, there was a park ranger here when we got to this Tunnel Mountain area. So I asked him if I needed to be worried about bears, because I have some bear spray, and he said, no, there are black bears, but you won't see them. He said, your biggest worry will be copperheads. Oh, great. So pretty. This is also a bike trail, so I've had to dodge a biker already. But last night we stayed at Oconee State Park. We got there after hours, so we just picked a spot, and I paid for it this morning. And it was $49.50. Ah, that's brutal. She said that if I had reserved it online, it would have been like $30. So that's quite a gouge, because I don't know where I'm going to be from day to day. So if I can't just drive up and camp, then oh man, that's expensive. And I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but the washrooms there were so filthy. Just poorly kept. It cannot possibly be worth $49. Oh. Pollock Falls. I was hoping the azaleas would be in bloom. Oh, I am excited. So I just finished the Stumphouse Mountain Passage, and now I'm on to the Ross Mountain Passage. That one was 1.7 and this one's 5 miles. It's going good. The only thing is I'm thinking that I should have started at the eastern terminus and hiked west, because it's very muggy out already, and come May, oh, I'm sure the east is going to be even muggier. But I'm committed, and we'll see how we do. Well, the reason I'm doing these hikes is to talk about my God. So I'm doing a hike through the Bible. And now I'm into Judges, the very first of Judges. So this is neat. Start a new trail and a new book at the same time. So Joshua had gotten all the tribes of Israel settled into their various regions in Canaan. But there was still more land to be conquered and more enemies to drive out after he died. The tribes were led by chieftains. There was no central human, political, or military leadership in Israel during this period. The Lord was their king. So the people asked the Lord who was to be first to go up and fight the Canaanites some more. And God responded with, "Judah shall go up, and indeed I have delivered the land into his hand." So Judah said to Simeon his brother, "Hey, if you come help me fight, then I'll come help you fight the enemies and get them out of your territory." Both Judah and Simeon were sons of Leah, so it was natural that the two tribes would help each other. And these two tribes, their territories were right next to each other. I tell you, those squirrels, they make a lot of ruckus. Cooperation between brethren is the wisest course when there are difficult tasks to do. The strongest should not despise, but desire the assistance of others, even of those who may be weaker. Judah was the largest, and Simeon was the smallest of the tribes, yet Judah asked Simeon for aid. We should also note that those who ask assistance must be ready to give it in return, just as Judah offered it to Simeon later on. Oh, my first road crossing. Oh, it's my first road walk. We'll see how long this lasts. Ross Mountain Public Dove Field. Regulations: no entry before noon. They're only allowed Saturday afternoon. Hunters are limited to 50 shells per hunt. Shooting hours are 12 noon to 6 p.m. Bag limit is 15 birds per hunter per day. Well, that's a good way to get rid of doves. Boy, if the doves were smart, they would move on from this field. I'm loving discovering all these wildflowers. Christians should strengthen one another's hands against the destructive devices of Satan's kingdom. So pretty. Those who thus help one another in the spirit of love have reason to hope that God will graciously bless their combined efforts. There's a view, a smoky view. We're not in the Smokies, are we? These are wild iris. That is so cool. I've been seeing lots of them. Back into the woods I go. So special. All these twisty trees. So far, this trail is very well marked. I am so pleased. The woods are just beginning to wake up. Well, it's after 2:30, so I better see if I can see this eclipse or not. I got my glasses. Yeah, it's about a third covered. I'm on the Oconee passage of the Palmetto Trail now. So this is the third passage today. I'm making progress. It does seem a bit darker out, I must admit. So I guess the eclipse is still in the process of happening. Oh, it's getting more and more. Yay, I didn't miss it. I'm so confused. Here I thought I was on the Oconee Station Trail or the Palmetto Trail, and I guess it was just a spur connector trail. But anyways, I'm going the right way, whatever it happened to be. Almost there. So not only is an eclipse happening, but it got cloudy too. So that doesn't help. It is pretty dusky out. Although the camera picks it up pretty good. Another new one for me. This bank is so pretty with these asters or fleabanes or whatever they're called. Gorgeous. I'm gonna take a spur trail now and see these falls. You can't be this close and not go see falls. The Blue Ridge Escarpment and associated Brevard Fault Zone form the transition zone between the steep slopes of the Blue Ridge Mountains and the rolling hills of the Piedmont. This unique habitat creates a refuge for a variety of plants that would normally not thrive here. Along the escarpment are also found a number of scenic waterfalls, such as Station Cove Falls. These falls not only provides natural beauty, but it also produces another special habitat, the Spray Cliffs community. The constant spray from the waterfall tumbling over rocks and boulders provides an important home to many species, including ferns, mosses, liverworts, salamanders, crayfish, and aquatic insects. Well, ain't this a neat old tree? caught a glimpse of them. Okay, let's watch my step here. Don't want to slip. No problem. Wow, this is pretty impressive. And there's nobody here. Incredible. And there comes my mama to meet me. Cool. Pedicularis. I'm finding so many neat flowers. Little bitty stream. So when somebody asks me 10 years down the road, what were you doing in 2024 during the total eclipse? I can say I was hiking the Palmetto Trail, a very memorable experience. The healing hiker's first impressions of this trail, other than the sticker shock of staying at Oconee State Park, is very favorable. It is very well marked, it's beautiful, perfect time of year. I'm loving all the flowers and I'm looking forward to doing all of it. However, if there's anybody listening that cares about the Palmetto Trail, I do have a few suggestions. The website is a bit confusing as to why they have the Stumphouse trail passage 3 doors down from where it should be. It should be the very first passage listed, but instead the Ross Mountain passage is listed first. And also they say register your through hike, and I tried to, but it doesn't let Canadians do it. So I was very disappointed about that. I would love to have been registered for this hike. But other than that, oh, and the Oconee State Park lady, the one that works at the office there that takes your money, she didn't even know where the trailhead was. And I wish that there was a grandiose sign, maybe that's not the right word, but anyway, kind of a marker as to this is the terminus or the trailhead for the Palmetto Trail. There was like nothing significant there. So they gotta be proud of their trail and let everybody know that, hey, this is the very beginning of the Palmetto Trail. My phone says I've walked 11 miles, so that's a pretty good first day. Sometimes it can be quite humbling asking somebody for help, eh? But just be prepared to help them in return if need be, and you can get a lot accomplished. And the best solution of all is to ask God for help. He will help you, and you will help him too. I'll see you all again tomorrow.